understand. So I'm not saying I'm a Patrick Mahomes guy. What I'm saying is that when we at the end of the day, you look at the Chiefs organization, they have a great coach. Even like people say, oh well, he got Patrick Mahomes, and all of a sudden he went to. Yes, that's well and true, but he went to the Super Bowl before that with the Eagles, ironically enough. So I understand the narrative around the Chiefs, but at the end of the day, franchise quarterback, great front office, like they're checking boxes. And so I understand where the rev hate comes from. That's number one. Now, in terms of the NFC side, listen, if you're John Mara watching that game, you're sick to your stomach because you chose Daniel Jones. Let me get close to the microphone. You chose Daniel Aloysius Jones over Saquon Beast Mode Barkley. You chose that. And listen, I understand the narrative. You don't want to pay running backs. I get it. But, and that, listen, for every rule in life, there's an exception. That's the exception. You pay the running back. So if you're John Mara, if you're Giants fans watching that, you're like, not saying, listen, for Giants fans, y'all want to go to the Super Bowl. But anyway, because you still had Daniel Jones. But the point is.
But Darius, to your point, did you see that clip where the GM's son was like move up to get Jaden Daniels, and he didn't listen?
So like the Giants,
Wow.
listen, that was a hard Sunday for the Giants. Like, hey, we could have got Jaden Daniels. Like the son was just sitting there casually laying on the couch and just telling you, hey man, I think you trade to get Jaden Daniels. No, we're not gonna do that. The whole Giants organization, it goes back to this. For Washington, I'm not going to sit there and down Dan Quinn because listen, this year was a great season if you're a Commanders fan. Win, lose, or draw, it was a great season. Oh my God! Now from everybody, this is fantastic and scary at the same time. But to kind of put a button on that, here's the thing: for the Eagles, listen, I'm not a Sirianni fan, but listen, I'm not going to deny the guy. Listen, he's going to his second Super Bowl. Like, we could sit there like, listen, I'm not a big Sirianni fan. I think it was about the Garden or something like that. I was like, wow, what the hell is this guy talking about? But kudos to Vic Fangio, Saquon Barkley. Listen, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl because of the fact that it's the Super Bowl. But listen, that Kendrick Lamar. Listen, I might just if the first half kind of sucks, I'm like, I'll just go take a walk and I'll just wait for Kendrick Lamar. Like I'm like here. I'm going to listen. I'm all about Kendrick Lamar,
Right.
the commercials. There's more because I think the narrative has become. Listen, we don't want to see because listen, you're going to get something. To me, Saquon potentially get his first ring. Patrick Mahomes, listen, the Chiefs could win 3 straight Super. Either way, this feels like a situation where it feels like, to put into wrestling terms, it feels like people were split about, like, and CW understand it's like with Cody Rhodes face Roman Reigns. It's like you're gonna like half the room is like Cody, half the room is Roman. And I feel that, and it's the division. Like, listen, people want to see Patrick Mahomes succeed, but then people are like, oh man, screw that guy. We don't want to, we don't want to see him win and win again and again and again. But at the end of the day, I'll tell this before I wrap up, is simply this. I understand that you don't like Patrick Mahomes. I don't have a problem with Patrick Mahomes. I don't have a problem with the Chiefs and the success, but the narrative about the referees, we got to put a kibosh on that, especially when the Bills had a chance to win that game. Because yes, that 4th and 1, yeah, you could make a case that was a first down, but at the end of the day, the Bills still had a chance to get in position to win that football game. Mm-hmm. So we can blame. Listen, the hardest person to hold ourselves accountable is ourselves. Mm-hmm. So that's my 2.5 cents on that.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Let me quick hit this real quick. I did want to make a point real quick because I have my issues have been with my mics and stuff, so I'm just having some issues. But I wanted to hit this real quick if I can. You got to look at not just what Ladarius said, but Vic Fangio, what he has done with that defense. and how they were aggressive. And not just that, Howie Roseman, he's taking chances on the D line with Nolan Smith, and that man is having a impact on defense. And by the way, Jeff Ulbrich introductory press conference is also hitting now too. I just saw that pop up. But I just want to say, I think it's like this. It will not be so bad with the Eagles because here's why. We're not going to have Kelsey and Kelsey the whole time. It's not going to be centered around the Kelseys. I think it's going to be centered, at least a good bit will be Saquon. Because think about it. How many times have we said you can't have a running back be a focal point of your team? Or you can't build around a running back. You have to play, it's got to be the quarterback. I'm going to tell you, Saquon Barkley is making a real strong point in – y'all can hear me, right?
Right.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Now, it's like wanting to make sure I don't have my cans on. But yeah, so that's why I just want to go. I think the quest for Saquon is going to be good to watch because he has took. If you want to talk about someone taking their game to another level, that man really did, and I'm very impressed to watch that. And also the growth of the defense because man, I'm just impressed with that defense, what they've done.
See, that Alain Raheem Morris, you see how Philadelphia draft Georgia players? Take notes, my boy. Don't give nobody for no damn time.
Hey,
Oh, wow.
well, before we move on, can I just quickly say thank you to Miss Christy and Miss Pam in the chat. I appreciate your
course.
support always. And then I do want to I saw John from Out of Your Falcon Mind in the chat as well. I want to wish him a happy birthday. Today is his birthday.
Oh, today's happy birthday.
Happy
John.
birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Know that. Happy birthday.
Yes, today's his birthday, so happy birthday to you, John. I hope you have a great day. And I just want to make one other point as well, real quick, is that I forgot to mention is that the only hope I have is that February 9th, the Super Bowl, the date of the Super Bowl, happens to be both Saquon's birthday and Cooper DeJean's birthday. Both of them were
Really?
born on February 9th. So maybe that's going to be some kind of good luck for them, I don't know. But yeah, that's all I'm saying.
It could be, guys. So here's my take. I'm looking forward to the game from the perspective of you got the number 1 defense in the league against the number 4 defense in the league. Say what you will about the Chiefs, but that defense yesterday came to play. They didn't let Josh Allen get back there and get comfortable. They didn't let it get to that point. Once that game got to 32-29, it was blitzes. It was what's he gonna do. That's a very good Chiefs defense. And I think it's a good. My father always says a good coach can take his team and beat your team, and then turn around and take your team and beat his team. Another way of looking at a coach is he can win with a good offense or he can win with a good defense, right? And think about it. Andy Reid has won with a great offense.
Mm-hmm.
He's won with a great defense, right?
Yeah.
Because this collection of Chiefs players or this iteration of this Chiefs team is not a great offense. They do just enough to win. You know what I mean? You scored 22, they scored 23. They somehow end up with the ball. Now, for that to happen, their defense has to hold you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this will be a very good game because Philadelphia's defense is the number 1 defense in the league, bar none. So it's going to be a cat and mouse game, right? And here lately, the Eagles are getting back healthy. Eagles really hadn't been healthy all year. I think this is going to be a good game. Now, I don't have an interest in it either way because I'm a Falcons fan. I've got a nephew, a really good friend, and another really good friend who are Eagles fans. And I just can't in good conscience. The Chiefs have won 3 of the last 5. I can't root for them this time. If they win it, they win it. But either way, I just think from a matchup standpoint, this is probably the best matchup you could see. Okay, so again, I'm gonna watch it because I watch every Super Bowl. I mean, that's just that's a thing going back to me and my dad and our household and how we grew up. And quite candidly, Super Bowl is a holiday for me. Like, I take every Super Bowl off. I got that straight with my boss from look. I'm not working Super Bowl Sunday because I typically work Sunday. But I told him I will never work a Super Bowl, right? So I'm off that day, and I'm looking forward to it. And you know what? Let's see what happens. Either way, did you guys? So with the, and I think I know the answer to this. With the Philly game, I'm going to say the player of the game was Saquon Barkley. Do you guys agree or disagree with that?
Yeah, agree.
Agree. I mean,
He was on a mission. That was like a statement game, like to the New York Giants.
Yeah.
Like,
and shout out to that Eagles offensive line, man. I think the second string cornerback ran for like 90 plus, like they got 240, 230 yards rushing. I mean, they killed it. I'm sorry, Ryan. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, sir.
He basically talking to the Giants, y'all effed up. And I went to your rivalry. And y'all just do not want to pay me my money? And look what I'm doing now. I finna go to the Super Bowl. How you like me now? In my Kumo D voice. How do you like me now?
I hear that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome because he put on a show. And the only person I would tell you that deserves recognition as player of the game, honestly, is that whole defense. Because that defense they were on Daniel, and not just on Daniels. It's even Tom Brady and the other guy mentioned it a lot, where the Lions were missing pretty much the majority of their defense. You saw what a number one defense can do to this team. And not only that, it was real simple. They were engaged the whole time. So, I think you got to give credit to that. But yeah, I'm really impressed. And it's like this. I can be objective when I see the Eagles play. It's not like I hate them that much. It's just, you just get tired of certain people. But honestly, those players, man, they really earned this trip. They were the best team in the NFC. The Chiefs, whether we like it or not, are the best team in the AFC. Let's see who wins this.
Yeah, no, I definitely think he was as well. So who would you say the player of the game was in the Chiefs and Bills game? And let's go to Miss Carey first. Miss Carey, give me your thoughts on that.
Player of the game for that game? I don't really, first of all, before I say player of the game, I want to say Matt Collins. I don't know. I see people on social media saying, what happened to that Matt Collins in Atlanta? But you got to remember, he had a different quarterback, okay? But
He did.
So that's the difference, in my opinion. But did you guys see what he was wearing? I thought that was going to be bad juju, and I guess it ended up being bad juju because I was not a fan of what he showed up wearing.
I don't even know.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he was wearing because people joke that Patrick Mahomes is Kermit the Frog. So he wore a Kermit mask with some red on for Chiefs, and then he wore like a chain around his neck, like almost like he's going to, I don't even know what that's supposed to signify, but I was not a fan. And he was walking barefoot as usual. Just a weird guy.
You know what? Matt Collins is going to make a great professional wrestler one day. He really is. He is.
Maybe, yeah.
That said, Miss Carey, that what happened when he talks? He should never been talking.
Never
Never
run.
had.
He should never.
Yeah, kind of
He
backfired
should
on
have
him.
never been taught that.
Oh, I think I see it now. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
really.
wow.
You saw that?
I
Yeah.
gotta share this, guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
really
wow.
good.
Oh,
I was gonna look
wow.
it up
Yeah, that's
because I saw your
this
reaction.
guy. Hold on, wait a minute. Now I gotta go back. Jesus, now I'm showing my own show on my own show. All right.
What the fuck? That's not Kermit. That's Animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Sorry,
It was very
the
weird.
Sorry, no. All right, so the chain. Okay, that's
Animal.
Animal. That's what he would
Animal.
wear. Animal would wear a chain around his neck.
Animal.
Animal. Woman.
Yeah, I love the Muppets.
Isn't that
man.
weird?
Yeah,
It's
no,
very
this,
weird for
That's
him.
him. That's him.
yeah, this dude really marches to the beat of his own drum. Jeez, man, one more time. Let's take a look at that. Wow.
I can't believe you didn't see that. I was like, oh,
What?
I did not see it, man. I did
yeah.
not.
People are
All
like,
right,
oh,
all right.
she's
Right
like
here.
30
Kermit-
when he
hold
showed
on.
up in that.
If it was Kermit, I'd be like, yeah, he really put his foot in his mouth. It's Animal. Honestly, I can't get mad at him for that. That's ballsy.
Yeah, this dude.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest
yeah,
with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, C-Dub. I think this dude steals out of the collection plate. If we're being honest, I
Oh.
think
No.
this guy
No.
would
He
probably
doesn't
go
steal
into the
from this
collection plate.
No, he just comes up and just smacks the preacher and just takes what he wants.
You know what?
That's-
You're right. You're
Right.
absolutely
But
right.
Sirianni looks like that sneaky.
Wow. Wow. Dude. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's very strange, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, I didn't mean to get off track there, but if I had to say a player of the game, I feel like Patrick Mahomes is an easy one to pick. He had 2 touchdowns. His stats were pretty good. I don't think he had a turnover. The thing is that I feel like that's an easy answer. I'm gonna go with something a little different. I'm gonna go Kareem Hunt. I saw a stat that he became the second player in NFL history with a rushing touchdown in each of his first 6 career playoff games.
Okay.
So I thought that was cool for his return to the Chiefs, and the guy's almost 30 years old. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I'll just give it to him. Something different.
That's fair. That is fair. That's a good one. Ladarius, MVP of Bucks. Oh my God, of Chiefs
Bucks.
and
No
Bills.
No
Jeez.
Bucks. They were on the couch with us.
They were on the couch. Whoever the server was at Applebee's is the MVP for the Bucks yesterday. Ta-dum-dum. Okay, so MVP for Chiefs Bills game. Ladarius, what you got?
You just gave yourself the own doop. That's not good.
I
That's not
did.
good.
I did.
That's
What's the problem? You
Cowboys
just gotta do it.
Like,
What?
yeah, did you really have to do it, or that was
Yes,
just
because
kind of
Kendrick said-
soothe that ego of yours? I think that's the
Kendrick
latter.
says sometimes
Now-
you gotta pop out and show MFers, man. I'm
Listen,
going with Kendrick today.
Your
Wow.
Timberland, not Kendrick Lamar. You're having an identity
love
crisis. And
Pop out
you
and
need
show
to
'em.
stop. All right.
I love it, T-Will. Here for me.
Hashtag get
Your
help.
mom
Now,
playing tricks on you,
I'm here
TV.
for any Kendrick reference.
Let's go, Kendrick, to the Super Bowl. Let's go. That's right. Every morning show that we do leading up to the Super Bowl, I'm gonna drop some Kendrick reference, right? Because he's performing. So I'm sorry, Ladarius. Go ahead, man. Who's
no,
your MVP?
first of all, you're not sorry. That's first of all. You're
Why?
not sorry.
Why? But I am. I really
Yeah, I'm about
am.
to. Yeah. If
I
I
really am.
turn my TV off on TV.
Oh my
Now,
God. This
now you
guy.
see. Now that was a Kendrick Lamar reference. Now, listen. To be honest with you, the MVP, and I think Devin had it correctly. It was Steve Spagnuolo. I think
Agreed.
when you look, especially that final
Wait,
play.
I thought we were, wait, sorry, real quick, Ladarius. I didn't pick him because I thought we had to go player.
We kind of did, but really, it's kind of like you said, Jerry.
Okay.
It's kind of like you said, though. I mean, there really wasn't anybody who kind of stood out, right?
Okay,
So I
fair.
can
All right,
see
sorry,
that.
Ladarius.
No, Carrie, you're good because the guy who hosts this thing,
He told me
it's like,
player.
it's like whose lines in anyway would just kind of improv and figure out with him sometimes, and so I just do the
There are no rules.
You agreed with him when he said Spags, but it's my fault. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
listen.
Okay.
Hey,
All
math
right.
is funny that way.
All
So
right.
now, you look like a coach right now with the hat on and the
I just need the whistle. That's all I
Yeah.
need. I should have worn the whistle.
He's ready to throw the headset down.
Not saying I would play for you, but you need to like a coach. No, but listen, I give credit to Steve Spagnuolo because listen, especially that final play of the game, he brought different varieties of blitz. That's what Steve Spagnuolo does. If you look at the stats, like the Chiefs they were top 5 in the league in blitz percentage and the total number of blitzes. So they found a way. Listen, they got to Josh Allen, especially that final play of the game when they blitzed. And once again, the Bills still had a chance to get in that game because Dalton Kincaid, it was right through his hands. So, so listen, I look at Steve Spagnuolo like, hey, you contain with great players. You can't shut them down. You hope to contain them. And I think that's what Steve Spagnuolo said. We'll let Josh beat us in the pocket than with his legs. And I think just blitzing him and then listen, and the Bills' run game wasn't terrible. But like I say, Steve Spagnuolo understood, more importantly, the offense that he had. You know, he understood like, hey, I need to get after these. I need to get after this Bills offense because, hey, you know, because listen, our offense is built to do certain things, and and then the defense, listen, just go back to the identity of that you are, just blitz. So to me, it's Spagnuolo.
No, agreed. I honestly think the Eagles have the best defensive coordinator. Excuse me, the best defense in football. But I think that the Chiefs have the best defensive coordinator.
I think that's And listen, Vic Fangio is a top 5 coordinator too. It's just like Spagnuolo has the resume to go the success. Like, listen, people forget like he was with the Giants as well before he got there, as their DC. So he has a record of success, no different than Fangio. It's just
I think he won a Super Bowl. He might have won 2 with the Giants. I know he won at least 1. Okay,
he was with them when they beat the Patriots when they were perfect. And then in
2011
in Texas.
No, I want to address something Devin said here real quickly because I want to keep the show flowing. I just want to say this really quickly. We talked about they didn't lose because of the Kincaid. I never said that they lost because I'm just saying they had the opportunity to win the game. I'm not I'm not going to bash Kincaid. What I'm saying is that I'm not going to let that 1/4 and 1 play. There were moments in the game where, hey,
they could have executed.
But like I say, it's not fair that Devin's getting this. It's not fair that, Dalton Kincaid is getting the hate that he is.
Yeah.
It's essentially like the Bill Buckner 2.0 situation where, you know, it's gonna take the Bills to win the Super Bowl for us for Bills fans, for some to forget what happened in the game yesterday. So
that was a difficult catch anyway because he just flung it up there and he had to find the ball, right?
Yeah. So like I said, that's what they had the opportunity. I'm not saying they lost but there were opportunities in that game where
correct.
So that's what I'm expecting.
You need a hell of an effort to make it that close.
Yeah,
correct.
To me, so like I don't want. It was not like bashing Dalton Kincaid because, like I said, the Bills had other opportunities to win the football game. So
and the Bills could have stopped them after that. To your point.
Yeah.
To your point.
So Devin, like I get what Devin's saying. I'm not blaming Dalton Kincaid. I'm just saying there were other opportunities the Bills had to kind of win that game. Like the referee narrative for that game, I think you could kind of toss out even that 50-50 ball. To me, the rule says that the offense wins that battle. So at the end of the day,
correct.
So they weren't going to win that either. So that's not the ref. That's what the rules have always said.
Correct.
Correct. So, all I had to do was just get in the tie up, and then hey, it's just like in basketball. Like, you know, you look at that where the possession area is. Like the rules are the rules. Like you can't write them, but I just wanted to put that out there.
No, agreed 100%. I think the thing about Spags is that he will reserve certain blitzes for a certain time in the game. Like it's no way they're expecting the corner to come there. So he dropped the safety, sent the corner, and by the time you look at it, all you can do is fling it up, right? So, you know, again, I gotta say, Spags is a great defensive coordinator, man. I can't take anything away from him. Great game in that second game. The first one just again kind of got out of hand. I think the Eagles kind of sunned the Commanders like, oh, you think you had a shot? Oh, okay. Let me show you this. Yeah. Come on in here. I got this for you.
No, more like Saquon stunned him. He's like,
Saquon, that Eagles defensive line, because you know, again, once look, they after they scored 23 points, that was it. That was it, and the Eagles said, "Hey, you will score no more, buddy. That's it." So
you gotta look at who on the Eagles defense, Georgia players.
Yeah,
Not all of them, though.
We not all of them,
Not all of them,
a good percentage of the D line. Correct.
Right.
That's correct.
Raheem, take notes.
Yeah.
Georgia Falcons, take notes.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're gonna shift gears a bit. We're gonna get into the NFC South. I don't want to say gossip, but NFC
Gossip.
dirt.
Come on. Let's talk about the tea.
Isn't that what y'all young folks call it, Miss Carrie? The tea?
The tea? I mean,
The tea?
I guess so.
We're gonna discuss the tea this morning.
Jesus.
Oh,
Let's
wow.
be sipping on some tea, y'all. Although I like coffee.
We're sipping on some tea this morning on the For My ATL Sports One morning show. We're sipping tea this morning.
How did we get here? How did we get here?
There's one with Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
King Richie, I just saw that. He said that, by the way. He's referring to Jeff Ulrich. He's live right now.
Multiple fronts.
And he said we're going to be running multiple fronts, some 4-3, some 3-4.
I can dig it. Man. I can get behind it. As long as we have the personnel for it, I'm good. But back to the NFC South. Liam, I'm sorry. Liam Cohen. Man, oh man.
He's going to AEW.
This dude right here. Did you guys hear about what he did? Did you guys hear?
Oh, I heard what AEW did.
I hear but. No, go ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe I'm alone on this, but maybe it's also because it's a division opponent that I'm like, cool. I'm glad for you, happy for you. Glad it happened, but
I'm not broken up.
I think a lot of people are giving him I know, but I think a lot of people are giving him a lot of hate online. But I'm thinking, if you're in his position and you get a once in a lifetime head coaching opportunity, and you go for the interview, and then you end up saying no thank you because no one wants the Jaguars GM. Everybody's declining the job because of that, and everybody was shocked that they kept him when they fired the head coach. Then they realized that no one's going to take the job because of GM, so then they fired the GM, and then he goes back and like, okay, cool, I can dig it. Like, I'll go back for the job. Like, I'll go back and meet with you now.
It was a little more than that. It was a little.
What am I missing? Because I feel like anybody in his position would do the same thing for the most part.
It was a little more than that. So number one, he did not.
He was a little shiesty.
Yeah. So number one, he didn't tell the Bucs that he was going to interview for that position. He just did it, which is shady as shit.
Amen.
Okay? He just did
it. Didn't answer their calls.
No. He just did it. Okay.
He ghosted them.
He did, right? And that's shady. Because here's the thing, right? It's not just so he's the head coach, right? What coordinator is going to trust him? Because you know what I mean? In order for me to work for someone, there has to be a certain amount of faith, right? A certain amount of fealty on my part, but a certain amount of faith in them that they're going to do the right thing. He just told them, look, because he was supposed to sign a contract.
Yeah,
and he did, number one, right? And then number two,
offense coordinator,
right? And then number two, he didn't tell him about the interview. So again, hey man, get your money, but karma's something like that's kind of foul, right? I could understand in your regular job, if you're working a regular job, you probably don't want to go to your boss and say, "Hey, I got an interview." You don't want to do that, and I get that. But the NFL is different. These folks have to know, right? And in most cases, they want you to be promoted anyway. So I've never seen a scenario where an offensive coordinator interviews for a job and then, like, I don't know, because he interviewed for the job, he gets fired. Nothing negative was going to happen. You get what I'm saying? It's not like in a real job or in some jobs where you go out and you probably better not tell your boss you interviewed for another. I get that, but this is the NFL. That it's too public of a position for them to do that, and I just think that was shady on his part. Go ahead, Ron.
But you know what he said to Tampa Bay? Aha.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Yeah, I love how angry the Bucks fans are.
Right.
Honestly,
It's
I have a
even
lot of them
like,
in my
I mean,
family.
look
I don't
at-
mind.
I
right.
don't care. I don't care that it. Well, let me put it this way, Kerry. If we had an offense coordinator that did that to us, how would you feel about it?
I'd be pissed.
I mean, I would be probably upset, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised because have you guys seen his resume?
Mm-hmm.
He's a job hopper. He has not stayed with the team more than
He's
2
a Bobby
years.
Petrino.
Since 2010. He's been with a different team since 2010 every 1 to 2 years. So, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I thought about that. Did give me Bobby Petrino vibes when I heard that story. CW,
Yeah.
it did. It was
He's literally a
But
job hopper.
TV,
yeah.
he told Tampa Bay, uh-huh.
So you stuck on that this morning, huh? Okay, I see you. I
Yeah,
see you, bro.
Let me jump on this.
I see you. I
Honestly,
understand.
look, I'm going to jump on this because here's my thing. Part of me kind of is like, Harry, look, he got his job. But my thing is, it's shady as hell.
Yes.
And I'm not even looking at him, to be honest. I'm looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Right.
And the cons. Because this is kind of stuff that's been going around. And they are shady people. And then you look at what they do wrestling-wise, that's another story with that boy of his. So father and son are still alike. My thing is this. What I look at is what Terry just said. You can shine everything up and try to make it look great, but you're still a piece of crap. And my thing is this. I'm hey, Lynn, good luck. Because you don't have Todd Bowles to fall back on.
Right.
And look,
right.
If he fails, he's out of a job. There is no way. I don't see that team getting better anytime soon. I don't. And I may be that guy, but I just don't feel anything about them. And I just feel like Tampa Bay. Here's the thing. The only person I do feel for is actually Baker Mayfield because he's never had a consistent offensive coordinator.
I think he's had 8 different ones. And you're right, C-Dub. He's had, I think, 8 different OCs in 8 seasons, if I'm not mistaken.
If anything, he's used to change, but it's like, damn.
Can I say?
Talk about.
I don't think you did that to be funny, but that was funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Everybody gets a turn with Baker. He's a doorknob.
So
pause. Hold on.
Pause. I didn't mean nothing bad about that.
So you said.
Go ahead.
Well,
Ron?
So you said he that doorknob.
Ron, he doesn't even recognize it. Ron, he doesn't even recognize it. He doesn't even realize it. He doesn't even realize. He just dropped him, right? He just doesn't.
Oh, I knew what I was saying, but still.
But we love him. We love him.
Can I say one thing as well that I want to say that social media can be great, but it can also be super negative, toxic place. And I just feel that regardless of his actions, Cohen's actions, I just feel like it is never okay to attack a person's family, children, wife. I just want to put that out there because his wife had put a tweet out there, that it's not right to talk negative about my kids. I'm not going to be silent.
Right.
And because people said that he made up an excuse that he had to go to the hospital, but his son does have an autoimmune disease. And I guess apparently how it went down is that they had an early morning appointment at the specialist for his son, and then he took a private plane to Jacksonville. So in the afternoon after the appointment.
Whoa, okay. Time out.
Okay.
I understand the son thing. And I will say this. If it's my kid, I'm not taking a private plane to an interview. I need to be with my family.
Right.
So that I am going to, actually points the Bobby Petrino thing even more. So
Wait,
look,
what do you mean? I think he took a private plane so that he can make it to both things. He was at the appointment, and then
I'm
after the
just
appointment was
saying,
over. I think
if
he did.
if it's important, or my thing is this, to me, family's first.
Right, and that's why he was
I'm
at the
taking care
appointment.
of my family. I could, if it's a job interview, guess what? I will postpone it for another day. If they want me that bad, they're hot and heavy for me. They can wait another day.
But
It's my kid.
but I know,
And
but
I'm sorry.
I don't
sorry.
understand. I'm
I am
sorry.
sorry. But this is why I said this gives me Bobby Petrino vibes. This dude, you just also said the man's a job hopper. Homeboy is hopping through jobs like it's
Right.
that wants to make sure that well ain't going dry. But yeah,
Right.
that's why I said I'm not. Look, I don't condone family attack at all. But I am looking at this guy with a side eye like you wouldn't believe, because my thing
But I
is,
don't understand, C-Dub, because he did do what was right by his family, and he did attend the doctor's appointment at the specialist, and then that was it. His son was
He
not sick in the
ghosted-
hospital. No, his son was
he
not like sick in
ghosted
the
the
hospital with
team.
an emergency. No,
he
did not
ghosted.
ghost.
Look, I will. When I was dealing with family stuff, I always kept everyone in the loop. I
Right.
always did. My thing is this: this boy decided to not contact anyone from the Bucks, and said he contacted Todd Bowles. We haven't heard Todd Bowles. Now, if Todd Bowles says, yeah, he did, okay then, but he didn't. My thing is this: I'm looking at this guy, and I'm looking at him sideways. I'm not saying I condone what the family or anything. I wouldn't never go that route. I don't do that.
Right.
I'm
That's my point I'm
looking-
trying to make.
Yeah, I'm looking at the man himself, and I'm saying he's already on a slippery slope as it is, and he's stepping on a banana peel.
Yeah, Kerry, I think what C-Dub is saying is that the impression that he left with Tampa Bay was that I'm gonna be out of range because of my son.
Yeah,
right. As opposed to, well, no, we're gonna go to this quick appointment, and then I'm going down here to interview for this job.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
he used it as a cover.
Right.
I really think Tampa Bay should have made themselves clear. They should have signed the paperwork a long time ago. Like, and maybe this would not have happened to them, in my opinion.
They actually
Well,
had it all set up, and they were
he's-
waiting on him to sign.
Correct.
I mean, I know that,
This
but
wasn't like they were fumbling around. They were like, "Hey, you are going to be the highest paid offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
We got
Well-
you. We want you here."
Yeah.
But what I'm
And-
saying, this, they could have signed the paperwork a while back. Why it had to came down to that day? You see what I'm saying? They could have took care of business
All right,
like at
Ron.
the end of the season.
But Ron,
Like,
but this is where we're looking at the man. How many times did he probably was like, "No, we'll sign it eventually. Don't worry."
yeah.
Hell,
Yeah.
Hey, I'll get you. I'll be right there when I can.
I'm interested to hear what I saw what Ladarius posted, but I'm
Yeah.
interested to hear his thoughts on it. Ladarius, you out there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. I just been listening to you guys, so there's always I was raised. There's always a time and a place for everything, and
Sorry.
So no, you listen.
Oh boy,
I just sat back. That's all I did.
it's all good, bro.
Oh, hey, me. Wait, this is. Oh, Terry trying to give me an ego here, saying something I commented about while I'm talking.
It's all good, man. It's
The
all
comment I put in there while I'm talking. Yeah, that's some Terry level stuff right there. Now,
It's Terry level.
but listen, my whole thing is this. First and foremost, this is a saying that I always use. I use it when I talk about wrestling, when I talk about certain things. If you think it's that serious, it's probably not that serious. Because at the end of the day, I understand the rhetoric behind what Liam Cohn's actions did. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But it should never escalate to the level of making it personal. That's my issue. You can agree or disagree with what Liam Cohn did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That it's a matter of perspective.
All right.
But don't go to social media.
Yeah, that's
Like Carrie alluded, don't
Yeah.
make it personal.
agreed.
Because listen, my personal opinion is this: if he basically pulled what Shawn Michaels did to Marty Jannetty, if Liam Cohen did that sort of action to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, by sweet chin music him through a plate of glass, like saying "Screw you, I'm out of here." Listen, I believe in the concept of karma. If that happened,
Mm-hmm.
the whole situation is this: Shad Khan knew, because I wrote an article about the situation a couple years ago about where Byron Leftwich was a candidate for the Jaguars job.
Mhm.
And the one issue was Trent Baalke, the general manager.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like Shad Khan didn't know that Trent Baalke was the issue. I think that has to be highlighted as well. I'm not defending nobody in the situation, but Shad Khan knew before he settled on Doug Peterson, and when Byron Leftwich was a candidate, that Trent Baalke was the issue. So in my opinion, you should have fired Trent Baalke then, if he was stopping you from getting a head coach that you want, because it's your team. I understand you have a general, but it's your team. If you want a head coach and a GM is not even trying to even be moving, not even trying to see it your way, then you fire.
Didn't Harbaugh have an issue with Trent Baalke?
Yeah.
Trent
Yes.
Baalke?
Yeah.
Yes. In San Francisco, yes. So when I wrote about it, I'm like, when I wrote about it, and I said this, like Trent Baalke's nobody wants to work for Trent Baalke. Like
Everybody hates
that guy.
It's like
He's
no,
that guy.
It's like, has anyone picked up the concept that nobody really wants to work for Trent Baalke? And because at the end of the day, this whole Liam Cohen situation could have been resolved had Sean Khan after the season fired both Doug Peterson and Trent Baalke. You don't.
It was a head scratcher. They didn't, right? Like,
exactly. So it's
yeah.
You're absolutely right, Carrie. See, that's my issue. I don't want to take up too much time, but see, I think no one's talking about that. I'm not defending what Liam Cohen. I'm not going to get into the semantics of that, because my point is this: if you're Shad Khan and you're the Jaguar, you knew Trent Baalke. You didn't want him. Okay, it's like you're dating a girl or somebody, or you're sniffing other. You're dating somebody a year too long. That's what it. That's what it is. They're just you want to break up with them, but you still want, like, for some reason, they do a couple of things that are good, so you keep them around.
You know what that reason is, Ladarius. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I couldn't hear you.
You know what that reason? Oh, I said you know what that reason is. I'm not gonna say it, but we've all been through that a couple of times. You know what that
is
really well.
So
that's why I said I'm not gonna say it. It was a joke.
Listen. I'm not gonna say it either. That's why I thought we were gonna move along, but apparently
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing. I had to do it, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, that.
It was a joke. Go ahead. It was a joke, and he knows it. He knows the reason. That's what was funny.
Listen. Unlike you, Terry, I understand. Listen. When you were dating back in the 1800s, I understand, Terry, things were a little bit different.
Oh, wow.
There was no social media. It was all horse and carriage. So I understand. But even then, that was part of the same reason you're thinking about then that it is now.
Right.
So, but my point is, if no one wanted to work with the guy, then Shad Khan should have got rid of him. Like I said, you don't listen. We all know the reason why you stick with somebody longer than you should. Listen, I'm just gonna put it up there. Like, listen, it's the 80-20 rule. 80% of the people who do that, there's a reason. The other 20%, maybe legitimate reason, but 80%, like, oh man, I'm gonna get rid of them. But then you forget, like, the one night. Anyway, but the point is that. And then you're out on a casual walk. You're like, that's why I stayed with. But the point is this.
Oh man,
with Liam Cohen, at the end of the day, if you don't like what he did, that's your perspective. And like Liam Cohen's resume, it's very Bobby Petrino-esque, absolutely. But my overall takeaway is this: like I put in the comments, if you hook and crook to get something, you got to hook and crook to keep it.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, if you do it the right way, you have nothing to worry about.
That's right.
Listen, if you pay your taxes and you have nothing to worry about.
Yep.
But listen, you skipped out and you put $0 for income, knowing you got a house in Miami. You got to listen. Listen, that's ask Wesley Snipes, ask Tony. Listen, you can't. But that's my point. That's my point is that at the end of the day, this situation will play itself out. If Liam Cohen wanted, listen, I have no problem with trying to be a head coach in the National Football League. But what I have an issue is, like Bucks fans, be angry, but don't be personal.
Hey, man.
And then for Shad Khan, listen, you should have left Trip Baalke. Maybe you stuck with Trip Baalke because he was doing something right. You're doing something right. Look, that you kept him, but yet, you should have fired him with Doug. So that's my take.
Hey man, I dated a girl in college that couldn't cook for shit, and we argued all day. But I dated her for 2 years.
You
remember right there. You said what?
You remember that?
Wow. I thought there was no women besides him ever. Like, what are we doing?
You said what?
Well, I mean, you gotta remember.
He's
lived many decades.
Kim is the only woman that exists ever for you, T. Will.
She is now, okay, but there was. Hey,
I said.
This is why I don't talk on the show because I start stuff.
I said, you remember that too? That happened.
Oh wow!
80s.
Ron,
and that's the CBS Evening News for tonight.
This is why I'm
all here at CBS News all around the world.
And I'm not going to feel bad right there.
I'll enjoy you playing right back here tomorrow morning.
In all seriousness, guys, I think Trent Baalke is a great. I think he's good at, I don't know, personnel observation because he did draft a lot of the guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So maybe that's his strength, but he clearly grades on people, right? Like he clearly grades. He clearly, just to do an analogy, this girl I dated, we argued every day. We argued every day.
Here comes Terry.
No. I'm not going to get appropriate.
I'm just giving you.
I'm saying what I'm saying is there's obviously a plus. Okay, I don't have to get into what the plus was with this person.
Listen,
but there's obviously
if this was a family feud, we know what we number one on the surveys.
Whatever. All I'm saying.
Wow.
See, look, that lets me know I'm on the
side. You dance like you wouldn't believe, and Terry was able to show off the moves.
Look at here, man.
Oh, I think that's wow.
All that
I
chest
didn't hear what he said. I didn't hear what he said. I have to go back. and listen to the show. Anyway, whatever, guys. Let's move on. So, Falcons GM, 20 minutes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
Wait, what?
That's funny.
Revealing the trade secrets.
Don't say it. Falcons GM, guys.
So here's the plan we have for the game. We're going to do.
Oh my God, I know it, right?
Keep it to yourself.
IZ twins right, push left.
Shotgun, wide trips right. What are you doing? Shut up.
There you go.
Hey, defense, this is what we're about to run.
This is what we're running, guys. I'm sorry. I'm reading from a script, guys. All right.
There's all the magic of the show right there.
It's not all the magic. The magic is you guys. All right. So Falcons GM for a day. Falcons GM for a day. Let's go with Miss Carey. Are you, with your first pick, are you drafting a corner, an edge, a linebacker, or a safety? And why?
Or E, wide receiver.
No, do not. No, do not.
Kicker.
I'm
Definitely
kidding.
a kicker.
He said kicker. Oh my Jesus.
I'm just joking. I'm kidding around because I just feel like Perry has done nothing but surprise me these drafts, man. I swear, every year, I think I've done a draft show the last 3 NFL drafts, and every year I'm shocked because I think, oh, this is the year we take an edge and we take, a running back. Then I think, oh no, we have to take an edge this year. Oh no, we're getting a quarterback. So for me, honestly, I know it's not really answering the question, but my top pick would be edge, but I also would be so happy if we went linebacker, and I think there's probably a good chance we go linebacker now that we have Jeff Ulbrich. 'Cause that's his specialty, but I also saw in his press conference today that he is saying that his priority is figuring out how to get to the quarterback. Um, so affecting the quarterback is his top priority, is his exact quote. So for me, we've had an issue doing that. I think honestly, we can't go wrong. We know they're gonna go best player available because that's how they roll. That's how Terry Fontenot drafts. So I guess it all depends on who's there at 15 and also are we trading back? We need more picks. I'd prefer to maybe trade back in the second round and keep that first pick. And he's known to do that. I don't think he's ever, or he hasn't traded back in the first round. We've traded back in later rounds. So I can definitely see that happening. So I'm just going to say, I'm not going to pick one specifically, but I'm going to be so, so happy if he just goes defense this year for the first time since he's been the Falcons GM. Please, you can't disappoint me if you're going edge, linebacker, CB2 in that order. Just saying.
All right. Next question, because your silly host forgot to do this. So, Carrie, if you are Terry Fontenot and you're trading Kirk Cousins, which we agree we're all going to try, what is a must-have that you're going to get back in the trade? Like, what is it like? Okay, you know what? If we don't get this, we're not doing it.
Oh, wow, that's a good question. To be honest, I feel like we can't really be that picky, right? Like, for me, it's going to be tough to even get a trade partner, but I'm really hoping we do that. I think a lot of teams think we're just going to they're gonna try to call our bluff, right? They hear Terry saying that we're comfortable with the uh $80 million, whatever it is. But no, I think we owe him what, 40 million backup, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
So most expensive backup probably ever. So I think a lot of teams are gonna try to call our bluff on that, and they really think that we're going to just cut him. I think that's what's gonna happen. Well, I think the reality is that's likely to happen, but I'm really hoping that we find a trade partner, but like someone like the Cleveland Browns. Um, so to be honest, I don't really have any stipulations like, oh, you got to take Kyle Pitts with you, or oh, you got to, pay this much. I mean, that would be great, or give us a pick, or that'd be great because we need picks, we need money. But to be honest, I think it's a big ask, and it's a lot of teams are not believing that we're going to just keep him as a backup quarterback. So I really hope for me we can get a pick, for Kirk Cousins, obviously, a decent pick, maybe like a fourth round pick. But I'm not sure that we're gonna get much of anything, to be honest. I think just getting a trade partner is gonna be a tall task, and I'd be thankful for that.
Okay. We're going to go to Mr. Ronnie Thomas. Mr. Ronnie Thomas, you are the GM of the Atlanta Falcons. Are you going to draft a cornerback, an edge, a linebacker, or a safety? And why?
An edge.
Okay.
Because it's so many good ones. And we had not got no edge to put fear in a quarterback since John Abraham. Now, my question to you, T-Will, when the last time John Abraham played?
Oh, it's been a minute, sir.
How long is a minute?
At least, 13 years maybe?
Okay. That's how long it's been since we had a true pass rush that put fear in quarterbacks. And I mean, in this draft, you got at least 20, in my opinion, legit pass rushes. If we trade back, you still the good pass rusher. If we stay at 15, you a pass rusher. But I said earlier in the show, Raheem, Terry, Farno, that dude at Georgia, he belongs with us. Don't let that man judge the Philly. Don't do it. He belongs to the Atlanta Falcons. Take notes. That's how you win. Philadelphia GM said, I want to win. Look, the man in the Super Bowl. Philly in the Super Bowl. What they tell you, Tevin Farno, Raheem Morris, get the man from Georgia.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Mr. C-Dub. C-Double with all the trouble. You're the GM of the Atlanta Falcons. You drafting a cornerback, edge linebacker, safety, and why?
Tight end. Just to
Why?
piss off the fan base.
Why, C-Dub? Why? Why you got to do that, C-Dub?
I'm sorry.
Why?
Sorry. I was channeling Terry.
Damn it. Oh, Terry Fonado. Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
I get it.
All right.
I get it now. All right.
Because, it's funny. Everyone's like, I'll be happy if Terry does the right thing. I said, I was like thinking, well, what would Terry do? Tight end. No. Honestly, you can't go wrong with edge. You can't go wrong with linebacker or corner. I'd probably go after the kid from Georgia, the linebacker. I think in some mock drafts, I see him as late as 20. I would really entertain trading down too. If you can get it's always this way. If you are comfortable with the compensation you're getting, do it. If not, take the best guy. Mikael Williams, I would love to get him, but I've been seeing him top 10. So that's the only reason I'm not saying him. And like I said, I'm just going based off some mocks I've seen. I also like the kid from Marshall, Mike Green. I've seen a lot with him. But my thing is this. If you can – it's like this. What is going to – if I hope we could come up with an identity on defense so we can actually get some guys that's going to fit this defense. I really don't want to see a bunch of mixed nuts out there. I want to see some guys that fit a system that can get to the quarterback, and we know, okay, these are the guys that's going to be who we can rely on. So that's what I would be looking for. I would go either edge or linebacker, but I would always go for linebacker. And like I said, who are our scouts going after? Because if we can get some scouts that can look for these HBCU kids or look for, guys that are in our backyard, I mean, it's like sometimes I wonder, are we even looking in the right areas? Because that would be also a good question to ask.
All right.
Good deal. Ladarius Brown and his band of renown. You're the Falcons GM. Are you going corner, edge, linebacker, or safety, and why?
Simply, I'm going for ideally edge, but I'm going for the best defensive player on the board, or potentially trade down, because ideally, I think because Mikael Williams you mentioned, and I think the Tennessee, I think it was James Pierce Jr. I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Abdul Carter, like Mason Graham from Michigan. Like those are guys that maybe like out of the range. They're like in the top 5-10 range.
Yeah.
I think, and like Pamela said, Pamela's absolutely right, and it reminds me of how the Steelers built their team like back in the 70s. They went to the HBC. They did something that a lot of scouts didn't do back in the 70s. They didn't go to these HBCUs, and I think of their scouting Bill Nunn. I think that's the approach we got to kind of take. Is we got to look everywhere, and as some as to Pamela's point, because my dad went to FAMU, So listen, I know I watch plenty of HB, like FAMU games, Grambling, Southern. So like Pamela has an excellent point there, and I think we just got to look for value and understand it, like the identity, but more importantly, we need a person that can start day one. I think you're ill afford to draft somebody to sit in a developmental situation. So I think if you're Terry Fontenot, if there's somebody you really covet and you feel like you can get them maybe later in the first round, trade down, and you can still get them, you win because you get extra picks, and then you can still load up on defense because this is a very defensive heavy draft in my opinion. So if you're in the market for like a quarterback or something like that, well, this is not the draft for you. But if you're looking for defense like the Falcons are, maybe even like offensive line, like this is the draft for you. So I would I would potentially either trade down, or if the person you want is there and you feel that they're not going to get past, if someone's going to take them, you take them now. So that's like the James Pierce Jr., that's the Mikael Williams conversation. So yeah, so that's that's sort of my takeaway. And then to kind of answer the Kirk Cousins question, listen, Kirk Cousins controls where Kirk Cousins goes. So at the end of the day, it has to be somewhere where Kirk wants to go to.
Yeah.
And listen, in terms of trading, a lot of teams are going to be like this. Well, listen, if we know that they have the option to cut him, why would we try to? They wouldn't pick up the phone, Terry Fontenot's phone call, if they know that he's going to get cut in the next 2-3 months or so. So that's my 2.5 cents there.
No, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So if I am the Falcons GM, I am going to get an edge rusher, but not the edge rusher that you guys think I'm going to get, because I'm not going to have a first round pick, because I'm going to trade Kyle Pitts and pick number 15 to the Cowboys for Micah Parsons. Let's go. And we're going to put him in this 4-3 defense, and we are going to kick some ass. You heard it here first, people. That's right. That's what I'm doing if I'm the Falcons GM. All right. So, Miss Carey.
Oh, wow.
I dropped the bomb on you there, right?
Wow.
I know it. Nobody said anything.
Wow.
Look at these haters I work with other than Miss
we're
Carey.
yeah,
None of
we're
No,
them
I
said
was just
anything.
I was just doing the math, and I went, oh, you probably have to give up another first round, and you have to give up some more because you're giving Kyle Pitts. That's actually a minus. So
Yeah, we know you gave up.
where's
your
the
two
look?
favorites.
I get that Jerry Jones is senile, but I don't think he's
I'm gonna
incognito.
fleece him. I'm gonna fleece him. Damn it! I'm sending him a first round pick this year, a third round pick next year, and Kyle Pitts, and he's gonna give me Micah Parsons because he's not gonna pay him. Bam!
You better put him in a Jay Novacek jersey to make him go, oh, okay, yeah, come on in, Jay.
There you go. That's how it's going. All right. No, in all seriousness, Miss Carey, it is time for Falcons trivia.
I just have to say really quick, T. Will, I would love to have a player like Micah Parsons on the Falcons team, but I think it's going to cost you more than that. That's all I'm saying. So we can continue. Sorry. I think it's going to cost more
Hey man,
than
I tried,
Kyle Pitts. I think it's going to cost you maybe. I mean, they just picked up his 5th-year option, so I think this is going to cost you 2 first rounds, maybe one this year, one next year. Honestly, I don't know, but anyways, okay, we're going to do trivia now, right? Sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Let's do it.
You got my head turning. I'm really thinking about that now. I'm like, I don't know if that'll work. I mean, I love it.
What's up, Ron?
You did trade that toupee that you've been wearing for the last 2 weeks, really.
I'm going to trade your ass. That's what I'm going to do for a case of beer and some Tic Tacs. Go ahead, Carey.
Okay, we're gonna do Falcons trivia right now. Before we do that, I want to say, Devin in the chat, I'm with you. I wanted Khalil Mack last off season before the Chargers decided to keep him. I put that on Twitter last off season because he had, going into the 2024 season, he had double-digit sacks, which was more than any of the Falcons players had. So yeah, I would be so happy for us to both draft an edge rusher and pick up Khalil Mack and free agency. That would be great. and it would cost us less than going after Micah Parsons. But anyways, to change gears, we're going to do Falcons trivia now. So the first question I have for the panel is, can you please let me know the name? No, sorry. The name of the Falcons franchise was suggested Julia Elliott in 1965. What was her profession?
So you're saying it was suggested. So I guess they had some
By
sort of
Julia.
contest
Yeah.
by. I'm sorry, that's a typo by whoever typed up this agenda. I hate
Yeah,
that
I have an
guy.
idea who
that
did
was-
that too. And let me
Yeah.
say
Yeah, I'm not
that's
gonna-
why
I'm
they're
not-
that's why they're not hosting this segment.
He need to
So-
get
Oh
fined.
wow!
I
Oh,
really hate that
wow.
guy. I
I
He
don't
really,
see
need
how
to
that
get
Yeah,
fined
that guy, bit of a tool. sometimes, bit of a tool.
$150.
yeah, he's a bit of a tool. I'll give you that. All
Oh.
right,
He
so
need to get fined
all right, so the
$150.
suggestion was by Julia Elliott in
Big ego.
1965.
Right.
I don't know. So I guess it was a contest thrown out to the public or whatever, but I don't know. I'm gonna guess that her profession was she a hairstylist?
No, she was not. Any other guesses what her profession was to the panel?
Zookeeper.
Oh,
This guy said zookeeper.
that's so random.
He said zookeeper.
I mean, you're not too far off, to be honest. Any other guesses?
Boy, if Zookeeper's close, then I don't know where to go.
Hold on. She said I'm looking this up, and then she's like, I'm close. And then I'm going, well, what's
Teacher?
close to
I'll tell you
zookeeper?
why after I
Pet
tell you
shop
the
owner?
answer.
A teacher? I don't know.
Oh, you got it. You got
Yes,
it.
she
was
a
You got it,
teacher.
Ron. And
Good
the
job,
reason why I
Ron.
say that's close is
Good
to shout out
job.
to all the teachers, because I don't know how they do it. I see teachers with, 20 plus kids in their class, and I'm just like, wow, that has to be mentally exhausting at the end of the day to keep up with that many children. So
Jack Daniels.
on a daily basis. So
I
yes.
will say something, but I
Pay our
did.
Good
teachers.
job, Ron.
Pay our teachers. Pay our
Yes, pay the teachers for sure.
Yes, amen.
No, yeah. So
don't pay Terry, just pay our teachers.
Oh, we
oh
can pay both.
wow.
We can pay both. We can.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think
It's
so.
America.
Terry's a
We can do
capitalist.
that.
He wants his
Yeah,
money.
it's America, and I'm saying no to you, Terry. Now, I also have that right too.
Oh wow. Trade Ron to the Georgia.
No.
Hell yeah, I'm trading his ass
No.
today.
Georgia Eagles.
Today.
No.
Damn it.
Oh,
No.
Lord.
wow.
He's gotta go.
No. I be trade
Ron
Buck
said,
Flair.
man, he can't hang out with Dennis that much.
I be trade
Oh,
Buck Flair for a bag of Doritos.
Oh wow.
Oh
man.
wow.
Oh my God!
Bag
You know,
of
I
Doritos?
listen. I love trivia. I would love the next question because I
Yeah.
love trivia.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
So-
great. All right, that's a great segue into our next question. What year did the Atlanta Falcons first appear on Monday Night Football? And chat, you can also chime in if you happen to know the answer or you have a
wow.
guess.
See, Monday Night Football.
First Monday Night Football appearance.
I'm gonna say 1976.
You remember that, Ted?
Of course, he was
I
there.
mean, he was
born.
alive.
Of course, he was there.
He was not there. What?
With
I
his
was
leather
there.
helmet.
I was.
He had the-
I was there literally in
Oh,
1976.
you were?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He had the
Okay.
pro
Okay.
and the red. Yeah, he had the red. He was
Okay.
there. Yeah, he had the old
Okay,
red leather.
my bad. Sorry.
I can't believe he remember it. Being 95 years old.
Oh,
Okay.
stop
Okay.
it, Ron. Stop.
Any
I'm
other
I'm
gonna-
going to say.
guesses,
What
Ron?
did
Do you have a
what did you
guess?
say, Terry? What did you say, Terry?
Go ahead. What'd you say, Karen?
I
said
just wanted to
Terry.
see if
I said Terry. I was talking to you.
Oh, I
you,
think I'm gonna
Coach.
kick
Oh,
Ron's ass in our
Terry,
dance
jeez.
battle because it keeps popping off, and I'm
Oh.
gonna video it forever. So, Carrie, 1976 is incorrect. Is that what you're saying?
Well, not necessarily. I want to see if anyone else in the panel. I see some
77?
guesses in the
We
chat.
got some guesses in
Miss
the
Pam
chat.
said 67. Bucks flared 74. Devin 94. Any other guesses?
77.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 1981.
Okay. Ron, you got anything? C-Dub?
19,
77. Oh, close to T-Will.
1976.
Okay. Unfortunately, no. The answer is 1970, so no one got that right. But I
That's
will
right.
say I will say that Miss Pam and Ron were the closest to that. So Ron's
Oh
on
my
a heater
God! Don't
today.
say that.
Yeah, Ron's killing it.
Don't say that about Ron.
Ron is
We
Ron
love
is killing it
Auntie
today.
Pam.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that
Great
about
job,
Ron.
great job, Pam. Great job, Ron. And
Great job, Auntie Pam.
Okay.
That
And
Ron
our
guy.
final question. What is the most points that the Atlanta Falcons have ever scored in a game? Just any game in the history of the franchise. And what year did this happen?
I'm gonna say 58 points, and it happened in 1978.
Wow, you love the 70s.
I was born in 70. I was born in
Okay.
1970, so yeah, I love the 70s.
Okay.
I
Okay.
told you, Miss Cherry. That's where he from, the 70s.
This guy.
Okay.
God.
You know,
Well,
Ron,
really, the 40s.
in the 70s, Ron, you would be a jive turkey.
Well, really,
Hey, well,
the
listen.
40s.
What is this? What is this? Starsky and Hutch, Huggy? Like, what are we doing here?
Oh, guys. Oh my
What are we
goodness.
doing? I'm trying to literally think about. I love
will.
trivia, and this is a whole downer on the whole. You know what?
I'm trying to figure it out myself, and I'm
Me
just,
too.
I
And
hear
it's like
this, and I'm
we
just
got
going,
Starsky and Hutch here. I don't know what's going on. And Jesus, all we're missing is Huggy Bear, and then we got something.
Oh wow. And so, panel, can you give me a guess? How many points in what year?
I'm going to say. I'm going to say. I think. I'm going to say it has to be in the 60s. So I'll say 62.
Oh wow. Okay. Any other guesses? Or going once, going twice?
He's
Lord.
also. Don't we have to guess the year as well, Carrie?
Yes, you do have to guess the year. So, do you have the
You
year
know,
for me?
Yeah,
I'm
T. Will
sorry,
Trebek has been let
Ladarius.
go. I don't know why he's jumping in.
Oh my goodness.
No one has Huggy Bear T. Will Trebek to get involved in this. Yeah. I'm gonna say that's gonna be two. I don't think it's been. I'm gonna say 2000 and. I'll say 2009.
2009. Okay, so very recent. Okay. Any other guesses? I got a T. Will guess. I got a Ladarius guess. Anything C. Dub or
I'm trying to think
Ron?
of one, and I'm just going.
Yeah. T. Will Trebek is very distracting with that Coach Carter look there. Yeah, it's very distracting. When we say blow the whistle, we're asking you not to blow the whistle.
Let me go 60, and I'll go 2012.
Wow, even more recent. Okay. So I will say, wait, Ron, you didn't give me an answer. Are you trying to go like 1.5 for 3 or 2.5?
No, he's trying to
2.5
price
for
it
3?
right. That's what he's trying to do.
He's gonna put $1 on it.
He's trying to price it
I wanna
right.
see-
That's what he's trying to do. $1. That's what he's
Ron,
gonna say.
Come on, you're on a heater. Let's get your answer.
2006.
No.
I'll be right back.
Sorry, wrong answer, Ron. Sorry. We're going to trade your ass for a case of beer and some potato chips. Thank you.
Well, we traded your headpiece
Space
this
League?
weekend, so.
Okay, I'm sorry, Ron. The year is wrong, but can you tell me the points? Maybe you'll get that part right.
Against Green Bay in the playoffs.
Oh.
40.
40 points? That's
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Oh man. Unfortunately, you're off, my friend. So the one person who did get the points correct, they got it exactly correct. Devin, you were very close in the chat with 63, but we got to shout out our guy Ladarius. He got it right with 62 points. He got it right on with 62. I don't think anyone
that
though.
on TV did not get it. Oh
Wow.
And what year was it, Carrie?
Unfortunately, it was in 1973, so I don't think anyone got that. But I will say
Disco
the nice
T. Will got
thing
it, of
is,
course.
I will say though,
that's why I don't kick your ass and then dance.
oh wow, this wasn't part. This wasn't part of the question, but I would like to throw this out there that it was against our most hated rival, the New Orleans Saints. We beat them 62-7 in a complete blowout.
We kicked their asses, is what we did. We kicked their asses.
Mm.
Devin says, name a player on the 1973 Falcons roster.
Leroy Johnson. Leroy.
Bad.
You saying he got the glow?
Yep, that soul glow. You know, you gotta let that soul.
I'm gonna say Bob Lee. Bob Lee was the quarterback in the 1973 team. So there you go. All right, Ladarius, it is time for fact or fiction, sir.
Hang on, I'm just putting a comment in the chat. So just give me a second. Okay.
Oh wow.
There we go.
She is better than T. Will Trebek. She is.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm just saying that if your check comes up short, it goes to Carrie. That's why.
So Auntie Pam is right as well. She said Claude Humphrey, so she's correct. She's correct.
Auntie Pam doing great.
Auntie Pam doing her thing. That's right.
You know, T. Will. Anyway, next
whatever.
now.
Whatever.
Listen, I heard you mumbling. Listen,
I'll tell you.
Listen. Say it with your hairy whole chest.
All right. Say it with the chest. The whole chest.
All right. So here's a little just two questions for this segment here. So fact or fiction panel and the chat. The Falcons will have at least 40 sacks next season. Once again, fact or fiction, the Falcons will have at least 40 sacks next season.
I'm going hell yeah. I mean, we had 31 this season, and we didn't have but 10 until like week 11. We ended up with 31 sacks, so absolutely resoundingly, we are going to have 40 sacks because we don't have Jimmy Lake, and I gotta believe that with Jeff and Raheem, they will collaborate in a defense that will result in 50 sacks next year. So yes, we will get at least 40.
Man, that Eagles coming in.
I'm sorry. Can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
This is not trivia, but it kind of is. When was the last time the Falcons had 50 sacks, T. Will?
That's a good question.
I could not tell you. It was not in the last 10 years. Yeah, I was going to say it's not in the last 10 years.
It was in the 70s too, T. Will.
Oh, was it in the 60s?
Oh, I have to ask because I really couldn't tell.
Was it in the 60s, T. Will?
I don't know. I was not alive for that time frame, Ronnie Thomas.
Oh no,
Flash of the four horsemen. Bop. That's what he.
Oh wow.
I really don't know. I couldn't tell you.
So what's
I'm
up?
trying to look it up now.
I just know it was not since 2015. Like,
they never had a 50 sack.
Oh,
wait a minute.
Wow,
I'm sure that. Wait.
You.
When did they start? Because I gotta believe the Grits Blitz. I don't agree with that. I don't.
They were founded in what 1966. The team was so.
Grits Blitz was 77.
You were there, T. Will. You should know this.
I don't think they started calling sacks something until hang on.
It wasn't made official like the 80s or something like that. But they had
You were there, T. Will. You should know this.
Oh wow. Well,
because they didn't make sacks official stat until
7 years old. All right, so the Falcons had 42 sacks in the 77 season. But bear in mind, it was not a passing league at that point.
Correct.
Let's look at 1976.
Well, T-Will looks up his history.
Had the 50.
What's the question?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Carrie.
Okay, so the question.
Wait, I'm sorry, Carrie. They did have 50 sacks in the 76 season. Wow, that's weird.
Okay. No, so our friend T. Will made the bold prediction that in the 2025 to 2026 season, the Atlanta Falcons will have 50 plus sacks. And my thing is, I was just curious, when was the last time that happened? Because it's been a very long time. Because I know it has not been the last 10 years that we had 50 sacks.
Okay.
Oh, well, Auntie Pam was close again.
Auntie Pam got it. She said 76. She got it.
You got it? Oh, she
Yeah,
did? Okay,
great
I didn't
job,
hear it.
Miss
Okay.
Pam.
She was so close. She got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the reason I say 50 sacks, guys, is because we got 21 sacks in the span of 4 games, right? We're not going to play that Jimmy Lake shit next year. So I figure with what we have, right? We already have even if we don't sign anybody, even if we don't draft anybody, we ended up getting like 21 sacks in 4 games. So that talent is still there. Raheem is still there. Now you got Jeff Ulbrich, a defensive coordinator who has experience. I got to believe they will collaborate into a team. And, yeah, they'll get 50 sacks. I think the leader this year was, 63? I can see them doing that. I believe we have the personnel to do it. So, yeah, I don't think it's a bold prediction, but just my thoughts.
It's a bold prediction, but I love
It is.
it's bold. I mean,
Yeah.
All right. Kerry, what say you? Are we going to get at least 40 sacks next year?
are we gonna get at least 40 sacks? No, but we will have a much better defense, and we will get 35 plus sacks. I'll say maybe 36 or 37, which is still a much better improvement than we had this year, because I think we had, what, 31? So I think we'll be close to 40, but we're not gonna hit 40. I would love to hit 40, but I don't know. I think we're gonna be playing much better complementary football with the defense. So obviously, hopefully, we go defense heavy in the draft. We got a DC with experience in the NFL calling plays, which in the press conference today, he did say he was gonna be calling plays, but Raheem's favorite word, it's gonna be a collaborative effort.
Elaborate.
So they will be, yes, they're gonna collaborate, but he is going to be calling the plays on defense. So, yes, Miss Pam, you are right. We got Braylon Trice coming back. I'm really excited to see him since he didn't get
Me
to play
too.
a regular season game, but he's essentially gonna be a rookie. I'm hoping we draft a guy or sign a guy like Khalil Mack in free agency. Maybe I would love to be wrong, but so I think we're gonna get in the high 30s. That's my prediction. Like
Ooh.
36 to 38. That's my
Ooh.
prediction.
No.
That's my prediction. I'm
I
sticking
got
to it.
I got you. I hear you. I respect it.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. Anybody else want to chime in for the next question?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say fiction. I need to see it to believe it.
I really
Ro-
see Doug on this one. I need to see it to believe it.
Because I'm sorry, the 21 sacks, I think that was a figment of everyone's imagination because
wow.
someone's job was on the line. And then notice when he felt safe, all of a sudden, let's give the game plan back to Jimmy. So that's all. I'm just, like I said, we'll see.
I don't trust Raheem. So,
Those ankles.
or Jeff. So,
I love the confidence that we're getting. I love the confidence. Now,
Wait,
as
so
the ho-
Ladarius, are you gonna answer?
oh, as
I
the
would love
host,
to
I
hear.
try to remain neutral like Switzerland and not
Oh, come
So-
on.
so I try to keep the show, no.
Ladarius, you gonna leave me hanging?
Mhm.
Well, see, when you put it like all right, we're not gonna do okay.
He's breaking kayfabe.
Let me tell you something. No. Where's my camera? No. If you had to ask me, I do. A part of me does believe that 40 sacks is within reach, but I need to see the personnel. I need to see more how the roster is going to look defensively to make that call. Because, like, just off the top of my head, I feel optimistic that we could get close to 40. But to me, I'm in the 30 to 35 range. I want to be on the upper end to 35. It just depends on
Right.
if we get a Khalil Mack, if we get a veteran presence. I think that adds sacks. It adds more opportunities to our line. So I would say fiction, but it's not that far off in my opinion. I think 40 is not a it's not a hard number to get to. I just need to see what we're going to do in terms of the roster defensively as the offseason progresses.
Okay, I love it. Thank you for answering. I'm with you.
Thank you. I did it for you, Carrie. I didn't do it for that guy in the upper
Thank
corner.
you.
So
I appreciate
I
that.
didn't do it for Coach Carter over there. No,
At the top. It's okay. It's okay.
Nope.
So guys, I cut out my my StreamYard with StreamYard, and so did Ron and C-Dub answer? I know C-Dub answered. Did Ron answer?
See, that's why you find the 40s.
Oh, wow.
No, you forget about stuff too.
No, that's why
Did
you're from this
answer.
generation, because you don't listen. I said
Oh,
StreamYard
wow.
with
No, I
StreamYard.
said
Okay.
the 40s.
I didn't forget
what is
anything.
what is this? The generation game,
See,
folks?
I know
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
y'all.
Folks,
You're both
jeez.
pretty.
Listen,
Let's move on.
King Petty has to be the neutral person here. This show is
Oh, wow.
ridiculous.
I love it. I
Like,
love it.
Wow.
All right.
Jesus.
Let's see. Oh, we got one more question for
Yeah, I do. Yeah, you
we
see,
do.
I was giving you props, and then you're gonna.
I'm
Yeah,
see
sorry.
how he do you the
That
damn.
Wow.
hit me with the steel chair from behind. Why don't you?
That was a second
Right.
moment. I did forget about the second question.
See,
Yeah, did you? Did I do that? The answer is you, T. Will.
I'm a better dancer than you, Ron. You suck. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, you know what? Listen, I'm not gonna keep doing it. Bill, can you come in? Bill, can you take over this question? Yes, I'll take over the
Wow.
questioning for you guys. Thank you so much.
Oh,
The Bears went out for some snacks, so it's time for the cause to ask the final question of the fact and fiction section of the show. So here's the question. Now you see, fact or the fiction, the first pick for the Atlanta Falcons in the first round of the draft will be on defense. So once again, will the Falcons go defense in the first round with all the pudding and the players and the touchdowns and the fumbles? Is that a fact or a fiction?
that's a fact, Jack.
Who
That's
the
a
hell
fact.
is Jack?
That's a fact. They are so
Oh,
going defense.
Thanks, Bill, thanks, Bill, because
Thank you, Mr. Cosby.
Man, it's awesome. Bill Cosby always here, man. I love it.
Thank you, Mr. Cosby. That's a fact.
yeah.
I
Anybody
will-
else have any commentary on the subject? Mr. C double triple McDouble Bob.
Bill's honor. Much love.
Thank you so much. T. Will stole my fashion. Back to you.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a fact that we draft someone on defense this year.
All right. Ron, with the flag. I love the hats and the promotion of the team. What's your thoughts, the fact or the McFiction?
I pray to God with a pass rush. I pray to God, but with Tevin Fano and Raheem Morris, we don't know. So,
And of course, finally, last but not least, it's the carried fact or the fiction about the Falcons and the drafting and the defense. Fact or fiction?
It's a fact. I feel very confident in that. But like I said, the last 2 years, I was also very confident in that. And then I was shocked.
see,
So I was left shocked. I think this is finally the year. I mean, you've gone offensive weapons, pass catchers the last, 4 years? So there's just absolutely no way you don't go defense in a defense-heavy draft, a draft class. There's just no way. So I'm gonna say fact. I'm gonna speak it into existence.
Well, thank you so much, Carrie, and the C double, and the Ron, and that Jive Turkey in the upper corner. He does all right too. He doesn't like no pudding pops. He looks like a guy that eats plain Jello. So I'm
do
headed
like
back
that.
to.
I do. I
Nobody
love
asked you the question to Jello. Just listen to what the cause is saying. Okay. Thank you.
Man, he went third person cause.
Oh, he did go third person, cause. All right, guys.
Oh.
It is time. It is that time in the show when we just let Ron have his say. Although Ron sucks as a dancer, He is one of our podcasters. So, Ron, if you will, sir, what are you ranting about today? What's your rant?
My rant is Raheem and Terry Fano, y'all got to get this off season right. If y'all don't, your ass might be out of here. You got to get the draft right and free agents. If you don't, you will be on the first thing smoke our ATL. No earbuds about it. Terry, you either go back to New Orleans or wherever the F you from. And Raheem, I would love to see you out here personally. You and your tight pants. You gotta get out. If y'all don't get this draft and free agents right this offseason, y'all will be on the hot seat. And you might get fired. So you don't got no choice. You better hope Raheem, you better hope you hire the right defensive coordinator. You vouched for him. You said he was cool. Besides, he your friend. You better hope he did take their defense to the next level. But if he don't, you will be on the first night smoking out of here. No ifs about it. I will call the U-Haul people and tell them meet you at the stadium. If you don't get the off season right, the draft and free agents, yeah, U-Haul people that will take everything and move it to wherever you going. If you don't get the off season right, free agents and the draft. And you better not be acting like Keith Sweat either. So no betting.
Oh, wow.
There you go, telling me no again, Ron.
Well, your head told you no a long time ago.
No,
so
that was a Keith Sweat reference, Ron. It was a song.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a song. Right. Besides, your niece tell you, Ron, your niece tell you no every time you think about taking me on. No.
Oh,
I don't think you want these problems. All right. Whatever.
I told you, I found the perfect song for this dance off.
That's what your hip says.
Ron sucks as a dancer. I don't know why he insists on doing this, but either way.
Wait, really quick, T-Will. I know you guys always talk about this dance off and who would win it. I just have to ask, is this happening in person? Is this just all talk? Or is this going to be like on the stream, on the show one day? You guys do your
We'll do it on the stream. Ron,
okay.
You don't want these props. You know what? And you know what's bad, Ron? You're going to get beat by someone who's literally, I will be 55 this year, okay? Which is going to kill your street cred, okay? 55 and 2 heart attacks, and I'm going to kick your ass in this dance battle. And it ain't even going to be close, okay? It's going to be so bad that you're going to be banned from even streaming music. They're going to be like, wait, whose idea is that? Oh, my God, is that wrong guy? Did he lose to T-Will? Get him out of here.
T-Will. I'm going to take you like that. I'm going to beat you so bad. Your friends will become my friends.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, I think my friends are already your friends. So
and your brother will become my brother. Every part.
Oh, the hell he won't. Anyway, whatever.
Oh, wow.
Whatever.
You don't got the rhythm.
Are you sick? Hey, let's get on with this show.
You see, you got the 2 guys want to do the dancing on the show. It's going to be the Ron versus the T-Will T Tissel. And it's all going to charity. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, you don't want these problems.
In my pocket.
You don't got no rhythm.
Buck Flair says at the strip club, Ron dance.
No.
I am not
Jesus.
going to be on a poll, Buck. Okay.
No.
Wait,
Can't
who
speak
said
for
who
Ron.
asked you? First of all, who asked you to be on the
Oh,
poll?
Look
oh,
at
Secondly,
wow.
Look at Buck's question.
yeah, listen, Carrie, do you have something to say? Because listen, I can't with these.
Yeah, I
This
think Carrie's
Oh
got to
my.
go.
Oh gosh, y'all. I gotta leave on that note.
yeah, that's the lowest of notes to leave off of
No.
right there.
Man, I
Oh
know.
my.
Ron on a poll. Yeah, that's not.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
so
sorry, Terry.
for everyone who just
God.
got that
We
image in
try to
their
do our
head.
Yeah,
best.
great.
Dang.
I'm going to watch the Players Club,
Wow.
the Players Club in a whole different perspective now, and that's
Gonna
that.
send you the baby oil,
Wow.
Ron. Pause.
Hell no.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
What the hell?
y'all.
Drop the mic.
Anyway, Carrie.
What I just want to say this show has been great. It's so much fun as always, talking Falcons, talking NFL, just talking the future of the Falcons. I appreciate all you guys in the panel as well as everyone in the chat. Miss Pam, Miss Christy, Monte Carlo, Buck Flair, everyone, William Amy's in the chat. Hope everyone's happy and healthy. And I gotta hop off, but I hope you have a great week. Thank you.
You do the same. Thank you, Miss Carrie.
You too,
And
Carrie.
Ellie,
Thanks for
come
always
where they
coming
can
on.
find you right
Thank
quick.
you.
Appreciate you, Carrie.
Thank you.
All right, she had to go. All right, so C-Dub,
Yeah.
it's time for you to double up, sir.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
It's time to double it up with C-Dub.
Now, why can't I get a song like that, Ladarius?
Because you're not nice to me. That's why. If you treat me with
You
respect
never
and with
nice
a little,
to nobody.
I'm nice to everybody. What are you guys talking about?
sir,
I'm
King
very nice
Petty
to you
would
guys.
disagree with you on that
We
statement. Now,
still on y'all upper breakfast, Ted.
listen,
Ron,
I was eating during the show, so listen, I've learned not to depend on that man for breakfast.
Oh wow!
So
oh wow! You guys,
we'd have flying cars by the time Terry comes
What?
on. So
maybe
let's
partially flying cars. Maybe I don't know.
yeah. And if you're driving it, I'm off the road.
Yeah,
Now,
that's a good place to be. That is a good place
so
to be.
let's double it up with C-Dub.
Bop, bop.
Double it up with C-Dub.
Oh wow! C-Dub gets two. Not only one, he gets two.
And you get two of my feet, but we're not going to talk about where it's going to be.
Wow!
C-Dub will,
Wow! Wow!
Well,
We'll get none of you.
all right. So, like I said, my stuff's having a bit of a haywire day, so we're gonna kind of keep it the way it is. So, look, my double up is Falcons has fired Jimmy Lake, and that obviously opens the door for my name is Jim Ulbrich. So, look, my view is this: scapegoat hot fire, hell yes. The right fire, we'll see. I already do not like what I'm hearing as in collaborative, because when I hear the word collaborative, I hear no accountability. And I am going to keep saying this over and over and over. This Falcon organization has to show me. They can't just get away with blind loyalty, blind hope, because I'm sorry, actions speak louder than words. And right now, all the actions I'm seeing is we must protect our jobs. So, Terry, it's what Ron said. You better not mess this up. If you want to stay here and build something, this is the year. Because honestly, you walked into a year where this team was ready to contend. That's what you guys said too. So if you miss it, I don't want to hear how, we're just a couple of years away. We need to build on this and build on. No, you get none of that. This team has been able to be in the race for the division title for the last couple of years. Whether we want to admit it or not, the question is going to be, can we finish the drill? Can we get to that point? Or do we just have a bunch of guys that think they know it all and are about to be exposed? As I said, I'm not going to get too high, too low about these hires. We've got the coaching staff. But when I hear a coach go, I'll make the calls, but we're still going to be collaborative. I don't want to hear that. I just want to hear I'm making calls. So I want to hear, and everyone's like, well, Raheem's going to try to do better as a time management coach. This is his second chance. So I sure hope he gets better. He just needs to learn how to put one hand like this, and touch them together. If he could do that, we'll be fine, as long as he's doing it at a good timing too. Let's not call timeouts within like 12 minutes with the quarter going. Also, I want to see. I just want to see what Terry does. He's going to have to adjust the books, and we've got some question marks with our tackles that we need to address. The offensive line, I know Ladarius brought it up, and Kerry. The offensive line depth is there in the draft, but we got to figure some stuff for the defense. So again, I need to see what this franchise is really about. And again, I'm not going to get too high and I'm not going to get too low. I said I wasn't going to do mock drafts. I've been doing them because one, it kills time, and two, it's kind of fun. But my thing is this: you need to make sure whatever you get what you want, and make sure you're getting what's going to fit this system. I feel like we don't know what a system is because I hear Jeff Ulbrich saying multiples. Okay, so are you looking for D linemen? Are you looking for edge rushers? Are you looking for linebackers? You're going to try to get a corner. I feel like they try to be so vague and they think they're being funny or being smart when really it's like, look, just address what your problems are. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. It's the wheel, for God's sakes. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the Falcons. Jimmy Lake, you were the scapegoat. You were going to get fired. And we're going to try to say that was the only issue. We know there's more issues. We've got to give the guy another chance. We will see. I personally think he didn't deserve it, but it is what it is. I'm not making that call. And like I said, Terry, you got to perform, period.
Well,
trades or no trade.
There you go.
And that's doubling up with C-Dub.
All right. Well, guys, we appreciate everyone joining us in the chat. We are going to wrap this up. We are at that part in the show where it's time for shout outs. So C-Dub, tell these folks where they can find you, and probably Ron too, as he won't remember.
All right. So look, we C-Double28 is the channel to find me on YouTube, and then on C-Double-AWTN is my handle. And it's been that way for a while, so I'm going to keep it that way for a bit. And then me and Ladarius have a big wrestling show tomorrow because we're going to talk Saturday Night Main Event, Monday Night Raw, and we're going to preview the Rumble. It's happening this Saturday, and hopefully everyone can be a part. Come on down to join us. We're going to have special guests, Miss Tanya. I'm trying to remember. It's Ray Fox, isn't it, Ladarius? Ladarius, you there? Yeah, okay. He gave me a thumbs up. Cool. All right. But yeah, so we're going to have her on the show. She's passionate about wrestling, passionate about football, and I can't wait to have her on. We're going to get to talking about what we're looking for because this is Rumble's the start of WrestleMania season. And this is when wrestling, we have the Super Bowl in football. Well, we have WrestleMania, and that's that big in wrestling for us. So it's going to be fun. We got these shows coming up. So everything has been kicked up to another level. Looking very forward to it. And then in a couple of weeks after, probably closer to the Super Bowl, me and Ladarius will break that down too. But we're just going to keep trying to come up with content and having some fun talking. And also, if you're interested in being on the shows to maybe being interviewed, if you're a former wrestler or active wrestler, hit me up or Ladarius. So There you go. Those are my shout outs. I also want to say a big thanks to Terry, T. Will, Ron, Carrie, and also big shout out to my main homeboy, Ladarius. We've been working together on some things. So want to just say thank you so much for being there. And also never drop your ring in a trash can. Just a little factoid.
Yeah.
So
Bad situation.
yeah.
Well, we thank you for coming on the show, C-Dub. Ronnie Thomas, want to tell these folks where they can find you, or do they already know? Give me your
They already know.
They already knew. I knew you were going
They
to say
don't want to know where you
They already know. All
They
right.
already know.
Well, if you know where you can find them, then you know when you'll see them, and there you go. Go ahead.
And we lost somebody from ATL, DJ so keep his family in prayers, and like and share the show.
That's true. That is true. We did lose. Yeah. Rest in peace to DJ Unk, and prayers and condolences to his family. That's a good point. Thank you. Ladarius Brown and his band of renown. Tell these folks where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on Twitter and TikTok, Ladarius_Brown, Instagram, Ladarius_Brown, writer editor for Beyond Women's Sports. One last NFL preview for the season coming up in a couple of weeks for the Super Bowl. So be on the lookout for that in the coming week or so. And I say thanks to the amazing chat. Carrie, Ron, my buddy C-Dub, and all of you are just. Oh wait, am I forgetting someone? Oh yeah, Coach Carr. Yeah, and T. Will as well. So.
Great.
Oh, you have a great and blessed day. You saw it coming, T. Will.
I did. You know what? It's lonely at the top. I get it. I understand.
Yeah,
You're
Flash.
not at the top.
I do. I'm literally at the top. I'm literally at the top.
Yeah.
If we look at this, I'm literally at the top. I'm so on the top. Wow.
This guy's ego is taller than the Empire State Building.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
back to you.
Stop it. Bijan Robinson to replace Saquon for the Pro Bowl. Hey, all right. Good job. Way to go, Bijan. You definitely deserve it. You should have been there in the first place. Miss Carey says that's breaking news. So, guys, again, to everyone in the chat who joined us, thank you so much for your decision to do so this morning. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to spend this time with us. We appreciate it. We look forward to it. Hell, we do the show because of it. So, thank you all. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I want to thank God. Would not be here without him. I got to praise him. I got to praise Jesus. And I thank him because, again, would not be here without him. I can be seen at One Time for the Fan, typically Sunday, Wednesdays, and Friday mornings. I'm also here at the For My ATL Sports 1 channel. Again, For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe so that we can continue to bring you great content. As when you do like, share, and subscribe, it helps the algorithm to select our show faster, quicker, and more readily apparent. And that way it is easier to get to us and find us. So again, if you are nearby, it doesn't cost you anything. Please like, share, and subscribe to For My ATL Sports 1, or just click on the link in the chat and subscribe. And we thank you for that. Last but not least, I want to thank my brother Eric Parker and my mentor Jack Spade for giving me my start in this business. You guys have an amazing Monday. Have a great week. Enjoy yourselves. And we will see you back here Wednesday morning at 10:15. As C-Dub has stated, they will have a show tomorrow. So be sure and check that out. They do some great things on that show. They really have a lot of fun, guys. So please check them out. And we'll see you Thursday morning on C-Dub's channel. And so you guys have a great week, an amazing day. Rise up. Enjoy yourself, everybody. Stay safe. Goodbye.
You.